And before all the kids join, let me build a table real quick. And let's see what all you guys remember. Because you'll be using this table quite extensively hereafter. Sine, cos, 10, 0, 30, 45, 60 and 90. Let's see who can help me fill this table. So this is sine, cos 10, 0 degree, 30 degree, 45 degree, 60 degree, 90 degree. What do you guys remember? What is the value of sine 0 degree? 0. Chris, please argue, challenge if you think the answer is not correct, okay? Okay, what is the value of sine 30 degree? Okay, let me ask this to Chris this time. Chris, what is the value of sine 45 degree? Say that again. Root 2 over 2 or 1 by root 2, any which way is okay. Sine 60 degree. Root 3 over 2. Sine 90 degree. One. Okay. Cos 0. 1. Next one. Keep saying it. Cos 30. Root 3 over 2. 1 by root 2. Yeah. So this is just reverses. Okay. Whatever you had for 0, that is for 90. The concept of complementary angle, right? 10 is sine by cos, 0 by 1 is 0, 1 by 2 by root 3 by 2 is 1 by root 3, 1 by root 2 by 1 by root 2 is 1, root 3 by 2 divided by 1 by 2 gives you root 3, and 1 by 0 gives you this. So I have just put this table for everybody's understanding for now. Let me see where is. Okay. So this is the table. Now let's look at, okay, before I start, I think there is one more child who is supposed to join the class today and she is here. So I will go in a hold mode. Okay. I will let her come, join, and then we'll start. You are, come over, beta. Have a seat. And try sitting as close to the AC you can so that you feel comfortable. And okay, I will stretch. I'll let you guys stretch. Okay, little bit, yeah. So this is your first class. For you to be aware, whatever we do in the class, you don't have to worry about taking notes. Everything is getting recorded in this iPad, and I upload this video on YouTube for you guys only. I'm not a renowned YouTuber or anything. This is only for my kids. Okay. Now, you have joined in the middle of the class where we are on unit 7, I believe, of pre-calculus, but you don't have to worry about it because we go in loop. So there are total 12 units or 13 units. We'll cover all of them, then go back to unit 1. Keep doing loops till you guys get tired and confident about everything that you learned. Okay? So right now we are in the unit which is for dealing with trigonometric ratios and laws of sine and cosine. Okay? So Chris and Praneeth, for you guys it might be something that you have heard before, but since this is first class for Hasvita, I'm asking her. So how much comfortable you are with trigonometry? Not comfortable. Are you aware of what is SOHCAHTOA? Huh? SOHCAHTOA. No? Okay. So let me put it here. So, hey Dhanushree. So let's take a step back and start thinking about things. right angle triangle? Because this one angle is 90 degree. And we all have one common uncle named Pythagoras, who had given one theorem, Pythagorean theorem. Come on in guys, quickly. Make sure that you don't fall, but you're not taking a lot of time either. Alright, settle down without falling. Pull a chair, find a place, whatever is comfortable for you guys. Now I need one help from one of you to close the garage door. Okay, so that the AC works better. So Shahid, how was the vacation? Good? Had fun? Okay, so see the new child in the class. Her name is, wait, it takes me 1 or 2 classes, but let me see if I remember your name. Hashwita. Yeah, okay, I'm doing okay. So, where were we? Okay, so this unit we are starting, that is more around dealing with trigonometric ratio, knowing the basic laws of sines and cosines. So we are starting from scratch. We are starting from as zero as possible. This is a right angle triangle. This is called right angle triangle because one angle is 90 degrees, which is a right angle. Okay. Now we all have one common uncle. Even if I am not qualified to have an uncle, too old to have another uncle for me, but it's okay. Pythagoras is a common uncle for all of us, who has given a theorem called a square plus b square equal to c square. And what this a square and b square is? For this right angle triangle, the two sides which are making that angle of 90 degree are A and B. And this theorem says the sum of the squares of the two sides making 90 degree is equal to square of the third side, which is called hypotenuse. Yeah. So with Pythagoras theorem, what we know is, if we know what this side and this side, we can find this side. If we know this side and this side, we can find this side. If you know this side and this side, we can find this side. So if you have two sides known to you in a right angle triangle, you can find the third side using the Pythagoras theorem. Okay? So the basic requirement for us to find out the three sides is have two sides, and then you can relate to Pythagorean theorem and find the third one. Yeah? Trigonometry gave us a new dimension altogether, saying not everything is related to sides alone. We can look at it with a different perspective also. That is, Sokatoa, which is nothing but sine of a theta. Let's say this is an angle called theta. Give it a name, theta. Sine theta is nothing but the side opposite to that divided by hypotenuse. That is A by C. Sine theta is opposite side divided by hypotenuse. Okay. Cos theta is adjacent side. So this is the angle. Adjacent side is this one. Opposite side is this one. Okay. Cos theta is adjacent side divided by hypotenuse. Adjacent side by hypotenuse. So this is whatever you see here is just a breakdown of how the sine, cos and tan are. So cos theta is B by C. And tan theta, T stands for tan theta, is opposite side divided by the adjacent side. Tan of theta, so this is my theta, opposite side is A by adjacent side B. This is Sokatoa. Why this is important, and some of you might be bored of this speech of mine. Why this is important? Because Pythagorean theorem said that you can use the sides of a right angle triangle to find the missing one. Sokatoa says that you don't have to rely on the side always. You can use the angle also. Let's say, now look at sine theta situation. If I talk about sine theta, if I know the value of sine theta, let's say, I fill this table here. Sine theta, if I know the value of this is, let's say, 1 by 2. Or theta is 30 degree. Sine 30 degree is 1 by 2. Sine 30 degree is 1 by 2. If I know this angle is 30 degree, if I know this side, I can find out this side. Yeah. Let's say I know cos. This is 30 degrees, so cos 30 degrees, if I have to find out cos of 30, root 3 by 2. So this divided by this will be root 3 by 2. If I know this side or if I know this side, I can find out the other side. So basically, trigonometry, so Pythagorean theorem is part of geometry. This one is part of trigonometry, where only by sides you can find out the other sides, and trigonometry helps you find the sides with respect to the angles. Yeah. Okay, so don't worry about me sweating and getting soaked in my sweat. I'll have to put another AC here, but don't worry about it. For now, you guys are okay? Everybody is comfortable? Nobody is sweating like me, right? Oh, good. Are you guys okay so far? So a 2-line summary of what I have blabbered for last 10 minutes is that Pythagoras theorem helps us find out the correlation between the sides. Trigonometric ratios, or this theorem, this SOHCAHTOA acronym, helps us find out the relationship between the angle and the sides of a right angle triangle. Yeah. Now we'll see some application of this. But before we do the application of this one, these are the commonly used angles that you will deal with, so much so that by the time you guys grow as old as me, maybe less than that, 20 years less than that, you will memorize everything. This table that you see, sine of 0 degree is 0, sine of 30 degree is 1 by 2, sine 45 1 by root 2, 60 is root 3 by 2, 90 is 1. And this one we have derived. So Hasita, for you it might be sounding something new, but the concept or the approach that we follow in the class is, whatever I'm saying here, I owe you guys an explanation for that. So I've explained this, how these values are derived. You okay? Yeah. I thought your eyes are watering here. Okay. So here, all these values we have proved before. We have derived why sine of 0 is 0. We have proved that in the past, and we'll do it again. Then we'll do a second iteration of that. Okay. If you get excited to find out this thing a little early, I can send you the video of that class also, which you can watch offline and kind of wrap your head around this one. Okay. So this table, I will probably go on mute or go silent for next 30 seconds. I would want you guys to absorb this table, look at the values, find out the correlation shape. See, you have to only remember these 5 numbers: 0, 1 by 2, 1 by root 2, root 3 by 2, 1. And for cos that flips, 10 is nothing but sine by cos. Okay. So if you know these 5 numbers in a sequence, cos is just a reverse of that, and 10 is anyways sine theta divided by cos theta is equal to 10 theta. If you want to relate again, this is theta, this is A, this is B, opposite side, adjacent side, this is 90 degree and this is a hypotenuse C. Sine theta will be opposite side by hypotenuse A by C, by cos theta will be cos theta is adjacent side by hypotenuse, that will be B by C. When you do A by C by B by C, this one flips upside down, so it becomes A by C times C by B, and then you can knock off these two, A by B, which is nothing but the tan theta. Tan theta is opposite side by adjacent side. So tan theta is opposite side by adjacent side. Okay. So that is how sine theta by cos theta is tan theta. Yeah. And there are a lot of related concepts that will come across. We'll apply that. We'll look at the concepts around sine theta and cos theta, the laws of it, and we'll play with it. Now, for all of you who have been with me for some time, you guys all know, Hasmita is a victim of the class today. This is your first class, beta. Okay, so there are a lot of things that you will hear from me. Don't worry about it. This is a class where I ask or expect each one of you to make as many mistakes as possible. Because when you make mistakes, when you dare to make mistakes, that is when you get to realize what you are doing right versus what you are not. So if you get tempted to say something, say it. We will evaluate whether that's correct or not. That's fine. That's part of the learning exercise. But don't limit yourself to what you want to share versus what you don't want. If you are not sharing things with me in this class with respect to whatever we're learning, something that is not clear, my job is not done. Okay? So be as comfortable as possible. Right? Nothing new for you, right? You have heard it so many times. Okay, alright. Arush, okay? Okay, now I have sent a few questions that we would want to look at. What I have done so far is I just put this table here. We looked at what is Pythagorean theorem. We looked at what is the SOHCAHTOA definition or the expanded form of SOHCAHTOA, which is nothing but the trigonometric ratios. This sine, cos, and tan. If you don't want to say it separately, you can just term that as one thing called trigonometric ratios. Yeah, these are called trigonometric ratios. Yeah. So when you hear these terms, in different places, they are all the same stuff. Be it SOHCAHTOA, sine, cos, tan, trigonometric ratio, retains only one thing. Yeah. Now let's look at one problem, and let's break our head with that. Who all has calculator in the class right now? You have calculator? You have calculator? No, not in the class. You don't have calculator right now? That's okay. I mean, I don't prescribe my kids to have calculators, but we'll probably end up using that for some of the things which you don't want to calculate manually. So let's look at one question. It says, Praneet, Dhanushri and Chris, can you guys hear me and see me okay?
Yes, sir.
Can you see this table now? Can you see this table now? No, it doesn't exist. It was there a while ago. This is X, Y, W. This is the name of the table, okay? Like you guys know my name, I know your name. This is the name of this table. Okay. This is A and this is not 4, this is B. So what this question says, you have a right angle triangle named XYW, where this side and this side are not known. We have to find out. This angle is given as 65 degree, and this is right angle triangle, this is 90 degree. And we are only given this side, which is 5. Find it to the nearest value. Now, what will be your, what is that will go in your mind? I want to hear that out. Take 30 seconds to think about it. I'll just get a tissue paper so that I don't look as greasy as I look right now. Now let's see what popped up in your mind. Praneet, Chris, Dhanushri, Hasvita, Arush, Daivik and Sahit. See, I'm not really concerned about solving this problem. I'm more concerned about how are you approaching this. What is cooking up in your mind? That's more important for me. So now Hasvita knows what I meant by saying that you will be a victim of this class. Everybody gets victimized here. Yep. Daivik, what's going in your mind?
It is sine 65.
No, so that is why I was saying that I don't want you guys to solve it. I want to know how are you approaching it now. What is cooking up first? See,
I'm like trying to find ways to where to start.
now I know, I can see smiling faces. Except one, that is Hasmita, who will not smile at this one because she has not heard this. You will get bored of this very soon. This is the concept that we use. This is not from any books, this is what I have invented for you guys. Any and every math or any problem that you solve, it has three elements to it. Read the problem, analyze, meaning put your thoughts, and then and stands for Nike, one of my favorite brands. Nike says just do it. So this is when you do it. Till this time you are thinking, reading the question again and again, analyzing, putting your thoughts together, and then you say Nike. Who wins the race? Who ran the best? That's how you can relate it. Okay? Now it's not created for everybody except Hasmita. She must be thinking, oh wonderful, that's a great idea. Trust me, within a month you'll get tired of me. I keep repeating this thing because I want this to become a habit for you guys. That's why I was insisting on saying what is going in your mind. I'm actually at this stage. What analysis you guys are doing? Pranit, Chris, Dhanushri, anybody? Okay, let me not, okay, this was the jump start question. So I think David, you were going the right direction. I don't know why you stopped. You were saying sine 65 degree and something.
It's not sine, it's tan. But then tan gives me negative, so I don't know where to go.
Okay, so let me break it down for you guys. Let me flip this table upside down because maybe that is what is leading to some confusion with respect to visualizing this as a right angle triangle. This angle is 65 degree. You can think about it like I have rotated this clockwise by 180 degree. Yeah. Now this is your y, this is your x, and this is your w. This is a, this is b, and this is phi. Okay. If this was not helping you visualize this, I have rotated this. When you are in the examination hall, try flipping your laptop by 180 degree and then you will see this. Bear with my jokes. Now this is what we have. Okay? This looks like authentic right angle triangle that we are used to. You have this angle. This is 90 degree. This was 65 degree. Okay? So what we need to find out this and this. What we know is this. If I am looking at this and this combination, A and phi, again this angle. See, first of all, in this phase, when I look at this, when I know two sides of a right angle triangle, I don't have to go anywhere else. Pythagorean theorem is enough for us. But we know only one side and we know the angle. That is when we lean on trigonometry as a solution. Now going back to SOHCAHTOA, I will get this in your brain. And see again, I'm not doing anything fancy here. I'm doing it like a child. Okay? What I know SOHCAHTOA sin theta is opposite side divided by hypotenuse. Here by theta is 65 degree. I put sin 65 degree equal to opposite side by hypotenuse, A by B. Okay? If I am looking at cos 65 degree, that means I am looking at the adjacent side by hypotenuse, 5 by B. Okay? If I am looking at tan 65 degree, this is by theta, opposite side by adjacent side will be equal to A divided by 5. Did I do anything fancy? No. I just recollected the basic concept that we all know of SOHCAHTOA, the trigonometric ratios related to this triangle. Chris, Dhanushri, Pranit, am I making sense to you guys? See, Pranit is kind of scared of me, right? He's the first one. As soon as I say something, he'll raise his thumbs up. Now, don't be scared of me, but yeah, I'm hoping that I'm keeping it as simple as possible so far. Asvita, Davik, Asvita, Sahil, Davik, Arush. Are you guys with me so far? I have not done anything fancy. I did only two things. The triangle was looking very see with my age, with my weakening, eyesight, this is kind of troublesome. So that's why I flip the triangle so that I see what I want to see. Yeah. Can you guys see the full board or you guys seeing half of it? Full board? Okay. Hasvita, is this okay so far, beta? Yeah? I'm sorry?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I've done is I've just used this and related that with this triangle. Now when you look at this sine 65, now if you guys remember this triangle, okay? So that's why I was saying go as calculator. I know only the standard angles value, the 0, 30, 45, 65, 45, 60 and 90. I don't know the value of 65. That's why I was saying a calculator would help here because that's not worth the effort to find out 6 times 65 value. Okay? So calculator can tell that very clearly and very quickly. But for now, I will assume that this is 60. Okay? So that because I know this value already. Okay? Now when I have this 60, so this becomes 60, this becomes 60, this becomes 60. If you guys had got a calculator, you would have just plugged in the value of sine 65 degree. Okay? Now, when I am looking at sine theta, I have both the unknowns. A and B both are unknowns. I'll probably park that for now. If I'm looking at cos theta, this value angle is known. Angle is known, so this value will be known. I have one unknown and one unknown. So from this thing, I can find out the value of B. Yeah? Once I find out the value of B, I can put it here and this becomes known, then I can find out the value of A also. Or I can go straight here and find out the value of A from this also. So we have multiple options. Yeah? Is everybody with me? So now with that being said, let's pick up this. Let's say cos 60 is 1 by 2 equal to 5 by B. B is 2 times 5. It will not be exactly 2 times 5. It will be probably cos 65, right? So cos 65 will be little less than 1 by 2. It will be probably 0.4 or 0.45 or something like that. What did the calculator say, David? Sin cos 65 is how much?
It's saying something negative. It's saying something in negative.
It cannot be negative. Cos 65 has to be a value between half and 0. It cannot be negative.
Yeah, it's negative.
Yeah, Pranay.
Cos 65 is like 0.42.
0.42, that's what I was suspecting, right? So cos 60 is 1 by 2, cos 90 is 0, so it's between half and 0, and since it's very close to 60, it will be a little less than that. So if it is 0.42, I will not put 1 by 2, I will put 0.42. And then from this you get the value of B. You got the value of B, put it here to get the value of A, or you use the value of 1065 to get the value of A here. That was the ask. Is it okay so far? Sahib, Ayush, Ashita, okay. And all of you, most of you are taller than me. But I will still keep on calling you guys kids because you guys are going to be like kids for me. Okay? So Hamrita, if you hear you being called a kid, don't get offended. That's how I treat everybody here in the class. Okay? Is that okay, beta? Okay? Yeah. I'm saying they have heard me so many times. When you hear me calling you kid, you are a kid for me, okay? That's how all the students are in the class. Now, let's look at another problem. And this time, I will try not to talk because I want you guys to talk more. And this time again, don't try solving it. Okay? Try giving me a conceptual view of things, because if your concepts are rock solid, then you will not have any problem. I have to find out what is equal to AB, and what is AB here. This is C, this is B, this is A, this is 90 degree, this is 25 degree, this is given as 4, and this is the question that you can relate to. It says round the answer to the nearest 100. I mean, I don't have to worry about that for now. But if you have to find out the value of this side, tell me the approach. Tell me what is that you are relating to. Praneeth, Chris, Dhanushri, anybody? You guys are not in front of me, but that doesn't mean I'm not in front of you. Tell me, what will you do? It's okay, but I mean, you don't have to be shy. It's okay. Tell me what is going in your mind. You have a right angle triangle. This angle is 25 degrees. This side is 4, and this side you have to find out. What will be the approach? What will you do first? Yes, Praneeth.
So I took the triangle, so it's like 90 degrees on the bottom, and that showed me that
Is this how it look like?
yeah.
Is this 25 degree?
Yeah.
Is this 90 degree? Is this what is given? Is this what you're trying to find out?
Yep, and then you use cos of 25, and then you have 4 by
4 by a question mark. Yeah. 4 by something that you want to find out will be equal to cos of 25 degree. And trust me, every math problem is the easiest problem that you can think about, provided you try putting that effort for making it easy. Now look at this. Somebody as old as me is not trying to act smart here. Simple. Turn it upside down. Make it look like what you want it to look like. Now you have a triangle. You know this is my theta. If I have this and this, so this is my adjacent side and this is my hypotenuse for this triangle. Adjacent side by hypotenuse is nothing but cos of theta, which is 25 degree here. Is there anything that you would want me to teach for this problem? No? So your biggest support system is going to be how you look at this problem, how you simplify it, and how you relate it with your known concept. Sahit, Arush, Asmita, everybody with me? Yeah? And I'm sorry if I'm asking you too many questions. Since this is your first class, so I'll ask that. Tell me, is this resonating with you so far? I mean, are you able to make sense of what I'm saying? Able to relate, right? Because I keep assessing myself, and that assessment has to come from my case. When you guys say I'm explaining it okay, that's the only takeaway for me. But okay, I explained in a digestible way. Okay? So don't hesitate to give feedback, because that's the only way I can do a better job for you guys. So this is relatable, no problem. Cos 25, so the point that I was making that, okay, do you guys have a calculator? For this kind of problem, you need to have a calculator, and good thing is, SAT exam allows you to carry the calculator, as long as you're not misusing it, you're good. Yeah? Let's go to one more problem. This time I will escalate the level of the problem that you want to solve. But before I escalate it, let me specify it, or pacify it, not pacify it. So soon you guys will realize that I've got a very strong Indian accent that I'm surviving with. See, good thing is this question has this angle as 60 degree, which is one of the common angles that we filled our table with, right? Remember the table I asked you guys to take a picture in your mind? 0, 30, 45, 60 and 90. Sine, cos, tan. 0, 1 by 2, 1 by root 2, 1 root 3 by 2, 1 root 3 by 2, 1 by root 2, 1 by 2, 0, and then 10. Anyway, you guys can figure out. Now you have an angle that is coming from your memory itself. For a question like this, I'll give you guys 1 minute of silence and help me find out the value of x before I go to the next level of problem. Yes, Harish. Yeah, I want to hear the value of x from you guys.
I got x equals to 4. I got x equals to 4.
Same. Doing it? Doing it?
Yeah.
Do it. Chris, Praneet and Dhanushri, I want you guys to tell me the value of x without trusting your friends. It should be your own answer, right or wrong, doesn't matter. And another punchline for Hasvita. I don't care about the answer. That's what I keep saying always, over and over again. Meaning, if somebody gives me the answer, it's good to have, but I want you guys to practice that. Okay, even if you hear the answer from somebody, don't rely on that. Do it yourself, because that's the only way you can improve your chances of being right. Chris, what is the answer, Ka?
I'm still working it out.
Okay. Dhanushri?
Super.
Okay. But this question is clear, right? I'm reading it. This is a right angle triangle. This side is 4 by root 3. This is x that you have to find out. This angle is given as 60 degree. And you have to find out the value of x. Yes, Praneet. Okay. Your voice was coming very feeble, though I could hear it, but would suggest you to come a little closer to the mic when you say something next time. But I heard your answer. Chris and Dhanushri. And again, I'm not trying to put anybody on the spot. I'm just trying to make sure that everybody is getting their hands dirty as much as I do it myself. I just need one promise from you guys. Even if you hear concepts from, I cannot hear you better. So disconnect and join. If anybody is not able to hear me or there's some glitch, disconnect and join. That's the only solution. That works. Okay. So only learn math from me. Okay. Don't learn the dad jokes from me, because those are not good, not well appreciated. My kids don't like it. So don't follow my dad jokes. Just follow the math concepts. Grace, Sahit, I'm waiting for you both. And Asvita. You also got 4? Yes, Vita. You got some answer on this one?
No.
Now thinking through it.
No,
Say that again, Vita.
I don't know how to do this.
You?
I don't know how to do
You don't know how to do it. Okay. Okay, Dhanushri. I'm still not able to hear you. Sahib, how about you, Vita? Say that again. 1060. Sine by cos. Sine by cos. Root 3 by 2 divided by 1 by 2. That is root 3 by 2 divided by 1 by 2. This is what I teach the younger ones, okay? When you are doing this kind of thing, I don't know how to do division. So I convert division to multiplication. When I do that, somebody gets upset and keeps upside down. The 2 goes up. I had division problem. I converted that to multiplication. Somebody got upset and flipped upside down. That's why it is the case. So now, this became root 3. So though I don't have much of a dancing skills, but I teach how to dance with the numbers. Okay. You have 4. Alright. So, I know for Harshita this is her first class and she has not dealt with this in the past. So, I'll just keep it simple for everybody and for all of you. Okay. Even if you know it by heart, try to keep it as simple as possible. Okay. So, this is the triangle. Okay? First thing that we need to remember is, if I have a right angle triangle, nobody has told us explicitly that only this one can be theta. Okay? It could be any angle as theta. You can call this angle as theta, you can call this angle as theta also. Okay? So sine of theta, so, okay, this is for sine. Sine of theta is opposite side by hypotenuse. Whether you pick this angle or you pick this angle, your hypotenuse remains the same because that is opposite to the 90 degree. Okay? But the definition of the opposite side would change depending on which angle you are talking about. Since we are talking about this angle, your opposite side is this one and your adjacent side is this one. So here in this case, if I am talking about this as my angle, sine of 60 degree will be equal to opposite side by hypotenuse. Opposite side, 4 root 3 is the opposite side by hypotenuse. I don't know what is hypotenuse. Okay, that is not x. Let's say that is y. Okay. Cos of 60 degree, again, for this guy, the opposite side is this one, adjacent side is this one. Okay. Yeah. So when I'm talking about cos of this angle, I'm talking about this as my adjacent side divided by y. When I'm talking about tan of this angle, I'm talking about the opposite to r. Tan is opposite side by adjacent side. Tan of 60 degree is equal to opposite side, so side opposite to this angle, which is 4 by root 3 by adjacent side, which is x. Now this one is not something that we are interested in. We are trying to find out this one. What is the point in putting the effort for finding this one? I will not worry about this one. I will not worry about this one also. We are trying to solve one problem. We got 2 by looking at this one. We don't want to increase the number of problems. We want to reduce. So this one we are not looking at. Okay. Bingo. We got this one. We know this value, this is a constant. This one we have to find out. And 1060 is written in stone. Sin 60 by cos 60. This is going to remain fixed till my lifetime. Root 3 by 2 by 1 by 2, that gave us root 3. So this root 3, which is 1060 degree, is equal to 4 by root 3 divided by x. 4 root 3 divided by x. So now the butterfly, x goes this side, this comes this side. X equals 4 root 3 divided by root 3. Tic-tac-toe. Now, for some of you who probably thought that this old man is wasting everybody's time, This is another elimination technique that we use. Right? See, when you look at this thing, you might straight away say, okay, fine, this is what I have to find out, and this one, so this is theta, upper side by adjacent side, 1060 degrees what I'm talking about. You can straight away jump onto this one. But for us to be able to jump onto this one, sometimes these things help you to eliminate the unwanted information. Okay? And this will not take, when you practice, when you do it over and over again, you will see that these two extra steps is not costing you more than 30 seconds. But making sure that you don't go wrong. Okay? Then you say, how was my speech? No, I mean, jokes apart, but is it making sense to everybody? Arush, Hasvita, is it clear now? Yeah, makes sense? So remember one thing, that any problem that you come across, think of the most basic concept that you are aware of around that particular problem, and then apply it, and then try solving it. Don't overwhelm yourself by thinking of artificial intelligence, machine learning, or anything more fancier than whatever I said. Okay? Now this next problem that I'm going to talk about, that might take some of us, including me, for a ride. Let's see if it does. Okay? This is one interesting but little complex looking problem. Let's see how complex it is. Are you guys ready to listen to my next 5 minutes of blabbering? I'm reading the question, okay? So again, for Hasvita, you will see me what I'm practicing, what I keep on preaching all the time. So, for solving any problem, read the problem again and again and again. If you promise me that you will read any problem 3 times, I promise you that it will become half difficult. That's the trick. Okay, let's do that. So I'm reading this question for you guys. This problem says, a tiny but horrible alien is standing at the top of an Eiffel Tower, which is 324 meters tall and threatening to destroy the city of Paris. Let me read the sentence one more time in a better way. A tiny but horrible alien is standing at the top of the Eiffel Tower and threatening to destroy the city of Paris. And the Eiffel Tower is 324 meters tall. Let's say this is Eiffel Tower, okay? The alien is sitting here. Let's say the alien looks like a ball. This alien is sitting on the top of this Eiffel Tower, which is 325 meters tall, and saying that I will destroy the whole city. I have read this line 2 times. Let me go to the next line. A man in black agent is standing at the ground level, 54 meters across the Eiffel Square, aiming his laser gun at the alien. So let's say, let me get my hands dirty in a different way. So somebody, a man in black, maybe an agent or somebody who has the responsibility of knocking off this guy. A man in black agent is standing at ground level 54 meters across the Eiffel Square, aiming his laser gun at the alien. So at the distance of 54 meters from this Eiffel Square or tower, whatever it is, aiming his laser at the alien. Okay? At what angle should the agent shoot his laser gun? So it's saying, see, if this guy is aiming his gun at this angle, it will destroy the Eiffel Tower. I mean, it's a laser gun, so it's not going to destroy it, but yeah, it will aim in the wrong place. So this angle has to be such that this ray goes and hits the alien. Yeah? So the question is, what is the angle at which this agent should fire, being at this distance from the Eiffel Tower, to hit this alien? Now, before you guys try solving it, What is going in your mind? Chris and Dhanushri, you guys have been very shy today. I want you guys to speak up. Here also, everybody. Yes, Praneeth.
The angle is 80.54.
Okay. You got the answer, but okay. I will probably ask you to hold on to your concept behind this. But let me hear everybody else. Yes, Chris, Dhanushri. And again, you guys can challenge me saying that you have not taught this. That is also okay. I want to know what is going in your mind. You might come up with a point, say, okay, sir, you are teaching A and asking B. That is also okay. Okay. So, okay, we have 5-7 minutes. So I'll let you guys consume 2 minutes of that time that we have, and then I'll open my mouth. What is going in your mind? I'm not looking for answer. I don't care about the answer. That I keep saying it. I don't really care about the answer. Sahit, what is going in your mind? Tell me. Little louder. But how? Okay. How about you?
I'm trying to think of something. I don't know if you know.
No, see, that's what. See, I am here only to force you guys to start thinking or brainstorming with a problem. Okay? If you do that, you will find out ways. When you think about a problem, right, you will see that there are probably 2 or 3 ways of solving one problem. But if you don't think and you trust me so much, then there is a problem. Arush, what is going in your mind? No? Okay. Praneeth, let me, Hasvita, anything that you want to share with her? No? Okay. Let me be honest to you guys. I have not taught this so far. That's why I purposefully said that this question might take you guys for a ride. But Praneeth has given me the answer, so let me hear his version first before I open my mouth. Praneeth, tell me, how did you arrive at the number that you were talking about?
So, the missing angle, if we set it as theta, we can find, we see that the 2 measurements can be used both to get tan of theta. So, if you put tan of theta to the power -1, and then inside, instead of where you usually put your angle, you can put the ratio of 324 divided by 54 inside a calculator.
Do you know what is that called? That power -1? It's certainly not exponent. Yep.
Inverse tan.
Inverse. There is a term called inverse. Inverse ratio. And it gets a little misleading. Yeah. What is that? You found the answer? Yeah, tell me. 80.5. I think that's essentially what Praneeth also got. So Praneeth, I think some of you got that approach, and it is about relating. That's where I was kind of forcing you guys to think ahead of time, because I'm not explaining this to you guys. There's something called inverse ratio, inverse trigonometric ratio. Now let's look at it. Let's say this is theta. Forget about the answer and everything here. Let's not say this is 324, this is say A, and let's say this is B, and let's say this is C. Yeah.
If we're gonna learn inverse ratios, though, we need to know what inverse, what angle of appreciation and angle of depreciation.
Not that way. I'll still keep it simple. I'll still keep it related to SOHCAHTOA, and then we'll see where we are landing. So maybe what you're saying is probably 2 steps ahead of what we want to learn, but I'm probably holding on to the basic for now. I'll go there. Okay. See, I have a very bad habit of getting glued or staying glued to the basic concept, and then we'll keep on adding to it. So that way it doesn't lose our attention. Now, if this is theta, let's say we had this thing known, and we were trying to find out this thing. So this and this is nothing but a 10 scenario. With respect to this angle theta, 10 of theta, if I am trying to relate these two sides, right? This is opposite side, this is opposite side, so 10 is the most relevant ratio that we can talk about, A by B. What the inverse ratio is, it says if you know 10 theta is some value, then theta, if you have to find out the angle, that will be nothing but 10 inverse. This is just looking at the glass being half full versus half empty. 10 theta is A by B, so value, see here, we already look at 10 theta, but if your theta is not known to you, you can find out by finding an inverse of 10 for this value. Or if I put it this way, 1045 degrees 1, we know that, okay? We saw that from the table. So 45 degree will be equal to 10 inverse of 1. When you put this value in calculator, when you say find out the value of 10 inverse of any particular value, it will tell you the angle. Okay? I think that's what Praneeth and Arush did, right? Praneeth?
Yes.
Okay. So now the only word of caution here is 10 inverse, let's say 2, is not equal to 1 by 10 to the power 1 by 10 of 2. This is not exponent scenario, okay? When you're looking at sine, cos, tan, trigonometric ratios, when you see a power minus 1, that is not the exponent. That is just a different representation of the inverse scenario. So don't think that 10 inverse of something is equal to 1 by 10 of them. This is different. X to the power minus 2 is 1 by x to the power 2. This is different from what you see here. I'm just cautioning you guys so that sometimes, in a rush, you might think, okay, just deal with that like an exponent. Okay. So for inverse, again, the angles that you know, you can use that. Otherwise, when we solve few more problems, when we come back to this Eiffel Tower problem one more time, whenever we plan for our Europe trip, right? We will come back to this inverse concept, and that is why I said this is a classic word problem, right? Where you know the trigonometric ratios, you know the inverse function, and then you are applying that for solving a word problem. So there are three things that we are combining together to apply the concept that we know or that we learn. Did I make enough sense to everybody? Are we all ready for the dinner? Yeah. So basically, just to summarize, just to recap what we learned today, we looked at what is trigonometric ratios. We looked at the commonly used angles and their corresponding values. And for Hasvita, I owe you better that video where you can see how those values are derived in the table. And then we looked at what is the relevance of these trigonometric ratios that we learned and how do we apply that for solving a real world problem. Okay? So that is a summary of that. We talked about inverse functions. We did not do enough practice today. We will deal with more of related word problems, and then we'll go to sine and cosine laws that we'll talk about in the next class. That should take care of this unit. I'm hoping that we'll be able to cover sine and cosine laws in the next class. That should cover this unit. If not, we'll take one more class. Alright? And extremely sorry everybody for being late for the class today because I did not have a choice. I got a little late. So that's all for today. Enjoy your dinner. Have a good night rest, and we'll talk again on Saturday in the city class. Yep.